any good plastic polish will do. So just get some compound on the pad and start buffing and buffing and buffing until the headlight starts to look really clean, and then wipe the headlight. I'm also going to use some isopropyl alcohol to remove any leftover compound, and that is a brand new looking headlight. So now you can move to the step 3, which is applying a protective coating on the headlight to keep the headlight from yellowing again. And I'm going to show you 5 common options so you could choose the one that makes more sense to you. First, you could use UV hard coat. This is the most commonly used protective coating on headlights at the factory. But this only comes in commercial quantities, and you need to have a professional grade spray gun and a compressor setup to use this. You also need a UV heat lamp to harden this on the headlight. So as you can tell, this is too expensive for most people at home. And this only lasts about 5 years. So this option is not the option for me. Second, you could use an aftermarket headlight coating. These coatings are cheap to buy compared to an OEM style coating. And they come in spray cans. You just spray a thin coat on, let the coating dry, then apply a second coat, and you're done. This is actually a good option, but these coatings only last about a year. So this option is also not the option for me. Third, you could use a clear coat. Clear coats come in cheap rattle cans like this are acrylic clear coats, and they only last a few years before they start to peel. That's why car manufacturers use 2K clear coat on cars, which is a polyurethane clear coat mixed with hardness, because they provide more hardness, chip and scratch resistance than acrylic clear coats. They do come in rattle cans, but the manufacturers do not advise using these on headlights, and they make special clear coat for headlights with special primers to go with it. Even though these 2K clear coats can last a long time, car manufacturers never use clear coat on headlights, and one of the reasons is refraction of light. Light changes its speed and direction when going through different mediums. That's why a pencil in the water looks like it's bent, or an image behind a glass of water looks like it's reversed, or images looks bigger through magnifying glass. Regular clear coats have a higher refractive index than headlight coating. So I'm going to spray some clear coat on this headlight lens here, like that. And now I'm going to place a light behind the lens. As you can see, the light is going through the bare lens without any distortion, but as I move the light onto the side with clear coat, see how we lose the sharpness of the light because of the refraction? This can reduce the range of visibility of the headlight. So this is by far the worst option, and definitely not the option for me. The fourth option you have is to use headlight covers. These covers fit right over your headlight, and they provide good protection from UV light and rock chips. But they leave a gap around the headlight for cooling purposes. And I often see these edges turn yellow over time because of that. And personally, I don't like the look of these. So this option is also not the option for me. And that brings us on to my fifth option, which is installing a headlight protection film. These films generally last about 5 years. And the best thing is this doesn't get bonded onto the lens like a coating. So when this goes bad, you just remove the bad film and install a new one. You don't have to restore the lens. And that makes this the only permanent way to restore your headlights. So now it starts to make sense why this is offered as a rather expensive option at car dealerships. So this is by far the best option for me. And here's what you need to install the film. You need a razor blade, a small squeegee, a heat gun or a hairdryer, a spray bottle with some distilled water, and some dishwashing liquid or isopropyl alcohol depending on the film you're using. Alright, first you want to clean the lens to remove any leftover polish. Soapy water is good for this, but isopropyl alcohol is better. You also want to clean your hands as well, otherwise you're going to leave fingerprints on the film. Then spray down the lens and the film with water. Place the film over the lens. Then start squeezing from one corner to the other corner along the center of the headlight. That way you can push all the wrinkles to the edges. After that you can start squeezing out the water in short strokes. If the film is bunching up around the curves, do not try to flatten it down with the squeegee. Instead you lift up the film, mist it down with some water, use the heat gun to warm up the film very lightly, and then stretch the film around the curves. And then use short strokes until you get rid of all the wrinkles. This could be a little hard but totally doable at home. And if you see some moisture under the film that you can't remove, don't worry because that will evaporate through the film in few days. Because this is a breathable material and also very thin, so this wouldn't affect the heat dissipation from the headlight either. So once you're done, you get your razor blade and trim the excess film along the edge. Then work out all the folds one last time. And check this out. This looks amazing.